We ask residents in and around this vicinity to please secure homes, outbuildings, and vehicles. It is imperative that anyone with information about Cavalcante contact us immediately so we can act on it in a timely manner. They can call 911 or our tip line at 717-562-2987. 717-562-2987. We will take questions at this time.
What was the response time, sir, from the moment the homeowner called state police after the shots were fired? What was the response time?
Minutes.
Do we believe he's injured?
We have no reason to believe that he is injured as a result of that shooting.
He's still trying to get staff eventually?
I think he is just trying to survive and avoid being captured right now, sir.
How's the chicken?
Oh, the prawns
Yes.
are delicious.
I have a shellfish allergy.
One prawn, very good.
Did I say chicken?
We have considered him dangerous right from the very start.
Change your tactics when it comes to
We have always considered him to be. We have considered him dangerous right from the very start. It absolutely know that he has a weapon. We have always considered him to be a risk. We just now absolutely know that he has a weapon.
Do you think he knows where he is?
Yes.
He knows where he's been there.
I think
before.
yes, he has been in that area before. We're not evacuating homes at this point. We're asking residents to be vigilant and again lock their doors. Call us if there is any issue or any concern on their part.
Between the homeowner towards Cavalcante.
It was several shots. I don't have that number at this point.
Was a law enforcement officer injured? There were reports about late last night.
Not as a result of anything with the search. We've had a few minor incidents or issues with officers out on the perimeter and things, but nothing related directly to the search.
Is he getting help from anyone? Has he gotten help from anyone at any point in recent days?
I'm not going to comment on whatever assistance he may or may not have received. What I will tell you is that at this point, I believe he is beyond assistance, and he is in that perimeter, and we will actively hunt until we find him.
Is the homeowner cooperating with the investigation? Is he fully cooperating?
Yes.
Now that you have the firearm and you have a general location of the containment, is it imperative to push now, especially given the urgency of the firearm?
Sir, we have been pushing anytime we had him contained from the very start. We have seen this as a high priority throughout. It is, in this particular case, the search area is probably close to 3 miles across east to west and 2 to 2.5 miles north to south. It's a large area, wooded, hilly terrain. It's not something that it's a matter of just sending a few people in and searching. As I said, we've had a number of tactical teams operating in there through the night. We continue to have teams operating in there now. It will take a long time to clear that entire area, and we will continue until we do locate him.
You talked about how difficult the area around Longview Farms was to search in. Is this a similarly difficult, more or less difficult?
Some similar challenges. The difference here, it's a little larger area. And so anytime you're in an area like this, you can imagine if you went out and took a several square mile area and had to try and find a single person who is trying to hide, it's a challenge.
Do you consider him contained now in that area?
As I've said before, no perimeter is ever 100% impenetrable. We are have absolutely stood up a very strong perimeter. We will do our very best to contain him in there and to capture him.
We saw some boats being driven in. Are there any creeks or waterways in that area that you guys can search in?
There are some creeks in there, yes.
And precautions are law enforcement taking right now that he is armed and dangerous? Are the officers instructed to wear tactical gear?
The officers have been wearing their gear throughout this entire search. Again, we have always considered him dangerous. We just know, we now have confirmation that he has a firearm. The tactics are the same.
How did you get the ammunition? Is the ammunition?
It was with the firearm. It was with the firearm.
Sir, he's so
It was with the firearm.
Sir, he's so close to French Creek Park right now. I know that tunnels were a factor potentially in the Longwood area. Are you also searching hyper-focusing on the tunnels from where he was last spotted last night? Because if he was in the tunnels, he could potentially get a weapon.
We are focusing on that entire area. Again, we have supervisors on the ground out there assessing any issues or risks of escape, and we are trying to address any possibility out there.
It sounds like these residents contacted officials pretty quickly. The fact that the tactical team was able to see the fresh prints, identify them as prisoner shoes. What happened? Why weren't they able to find him?
They have been searching for him. It was only minutes, but in that amount of time, he traveled a significant distance. We've been utilizing dogs, and we've been utilizing tactical teams. So, you know, again, just because we find a footprint doesn't mean we necessarily know which direction he traveled. And in fact, he had traveled south and then went back north. So it's not a matter of just charging into the woods and knowing that, you know, it's that away. It's a matter of trying to track him. It's a matter of sweeping methodically through the woods, checking buildings and so forth. We don't have the luxury of just charging up the nearest trail and hoping that's the direction he went.
I believe he scoped out that house when he stole the firearm. He went to the garage, the firearm was laying there. Have you been watching that house?
I don't believe so, sir. I think at that point he was being pushed by the teams that were pursuing him from the original sighting. I think it was, in my opinion, I believe it was a crime of opportunity. I think he went in there probably trying to hide. The garage door was open. He didn't, I believe, recognize that the owner was in there, and I think he was probably looking for a place to hide. Ran for that garage, saw the firearm, grabbed that, encountered the homeowner, and fled with the firearm.
What's the square mile area now that you are searching? Do you have an estimate?
I don't know, what is that, 8 to 10 square miles probably?
You've had two instances now of Cavalcante picking up supplies that really changed the search, whether it was a van with the keys in it or a firearm that was somewhat unsecured. Do you have any plans to change the messaging in this new containment area to really, emphasize the importance of locking?
I don't know how much more I could emphasize it, sir. I've been very clear about securing things. We have sent, as I said, several reverse 911 messages through the night, again emphasizing that point and telling residents what they can do, just advising them the situation. I can't be any clearer that they need to secure things.
Use maps of culverts, drainage areas, tunnels, different.
We're working with a variety of maps. We have county emergency management people on site and have had them on site here in the command post so that we do have access to the available information.
Sir, you said it's not the officer that passed out this morning around 9 a.m.
I don't, I was told that it is not a life-threatening situation, but I don't have any other
Sir, you said
information.
it's a matter of time before he is captured. It feels like you're getting very close. How many law enforcement officers do you have on the ground right now? Or we have that 400 number?
I would think we're well past the 400. We are probably around 500 right now. It's very fluid. We have people still coming in. We've been releasing people that were held overnight. We have people that have been on duty for 20 hours, 24 hours or more, and we're relieving them. We held people over because of the seriousness of the situation last night. So we're working through replacing all of those. We have people coming in, I can speak for the state police, from all over Pennsylvania to support this effort and to be able to sustain it. And our partner agencies are doing the same, not only from Pennsylvania, but from out of state as well with various specialty teams.
How did you get from Phoenixville to South Coast on foot, or did you steal another vehicle?
No, this is the area where he left the van. It's very close in proximity to where the van was abandoned and where I talked about that I believed he was in the woods and was likely hiding.
The homeowner interviewed now. Can you give us any more detail about what he told you? Had he gotten reverse 911 calls?
I really can't provide any more detail right now. What I can tell you is, again, he encountered him. He did call us very quickly. He did what we asked him to do with regard to that.
What road was that last time?
Coventryville Road.
How many times did he fire at him?
I don't have that number of shots. Several shots, I was told.
Reports that Cavalcante stole a pair of boots. Are those accurate?
Yes.
Are any of the homes being monitored that he's been to within the last couple of days? Or is this home that
I'm sorry, which homes are you referring to, ma'am?
the homes that he's in the garage, he's in the ring door camera?
Those homes, well, the ring door camera is nowhere. It's not in this search area, and the home with the garage that we talked about is within the search area, and we are actively working that area.
Is there still shelter in place for the?
I don't know.
Do you have a sense of how many other houses he might have been in this area?
I don't have reports of any other houses that he's been in. Doesn't mean he hasn't been, but we don't have reports of those.
What has gone wrong here? I mean, have you underestimated him? Is he just that much of a worthy adversary?
sir, I don't know why you would think something has gone wrong. Our law enforcement people have done an amazing job tracking him and locating him, that proverbial needle in the haystack, and they've located that needle repeatedly. You know, the questions yesterday about is he out of state, is he somewhere around the country, and we told you we were actively searching in this area. Our people have done an amazing job. I'm very proud of the work that they have done and continue to do. There is nothing has gone wrong. Our agencies are all working very well together, and I believe we will be successful in the long run.
Has there changed the posture of how your troopers and the law enforcement in the field pursuing him now that he is armed? How is that possible?
We have always considered him to be very dangerous, and I have stressed that in every one of my press conferences and in every briefing that I have given to our people that are out there searching. We considered him desperate. We considered him dangerous. All this does is confirm for us that he has a weapon.
Is he desperate enough to use that weapon on and target law enforcement?
He's killed 2 people previously. I would suspect that he's desperate enough to use that weapon.
Are you guys underway to prevent carjackings based on the weapon now in his hands?
I'm sorry, is there?
Any efforts underway to prevent a carjacking?
Sir, we're actively working that area. I don't know what other efforts we could make to prevent a carjacking. We've asked people to secure everything. Anything that occurs in there, we will be on top of. And, you know, we're making every effort to find him as rapidly as we possibly can.
Is there still shelter in place within the search perimeter, or people can leave their homes?
People can leave their homes. That's entirely up to them. We have not tried to direct anybody to shelter in place. We have simply asked them to secure their homes. It's up to them if they want to leave. If they need assistance, they can let us know, and we will work with them to make sure they can get out of the area.
Does the house on Coventryville have a video of the interaction from last night?
No. I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you been in communication with the governor's office? How are the
I have been in regular communication with the governor's office and the governor himself. The governor has been closely monitoring this entire situation, has offered any resources that are necessary, has offered to contact other states if need be. So he's been closely monitoring this. He's on top of it, and we continue to keep him advised.
Other than the theft of the rifle, did Cavalcante make any aggressive moves to the homeowner, who I believe is in his 80s? Is that accurate?
He did not, to my knowledge, make any other aggressive moves. They confronted each other. The shots were fired, and he fled. And I'm not going to release anything else about the homeowner at this point.
Do we know how close they actually got to each other, the homeowner and Cavalcante?
It was a number of feet.
Anything you'd like the public to know at this juncture? I know you've reiterated some very important facts, but just, you know.
No, I think, again, I stress, please secure things, and not just within the perimeter, in the vicinity around it. And please call us immediately if they see something suspicious, if they believe that Cavalcante might be in the area. We need that information. Again, it's a large search area. We're going to very thoroughly search it, but their assistance is very much appreciated.
Maybe it's worth repeating that that's what can you explain why you can't just push through with the terrain, with what you're dealing with, how it's challenging?
We are pushing through with the terrain with tactical teams, but it is not really practical to suggest that we could line up a line 3 miles long and push in one long line through there. We've got to methodically search it. We've got trained teams that are doing that, and we're going to cover that ground as quickly and as thoroughly as we possibly can. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll get additional information to you as things unfold. Thank you.
7-Eleven, it's a Sunoco, 7-Eleven. To the west, it probably goes all the way to St. Peter's Village in that area. I was coming up, I'm north. I'm a little bit north on the top of the mountain there, because you go to Bucktown, then you wind up and you go up towards Pottstown. So I'm a little bit north up by the Giant, right, doing this live because I was navigating through those back areas there to get to as close as possible that doesn't go, close as possible where these perimeters are. But what they've done is they've expanded the roads around there where you can't even go near there. There's so many road closures around there, and the only people that are allowed to get in there from St. Peter's Village all the way down to East Nantmeal Township Building, all in there, you can't get in there. Every road is blocked by authorities. All the way at 401. 401, when you go up Route 100 to 401, it's blocked. You can't even get past there. This search area and this perimeter is many, many, many miles away. One advantage that I have today is a homeowner invited me to their home. And I'll be within the perimeter pretty close to where this action is. The homeowner has told me that military people were in back of her yard today. She actually says she feels safer with me there, broadcasting live to you great folks. So that's where I'm going to go. Now we got some information. He's not wounded. Apparently he's not wounded, and it was a 9mm from the homeowner. He took the rifle. There was conflicting information that there was a struggle for the rifle and maybe he was hit. So now we got some clarification, because there was a lot of misinformation out there that he might have had a struggle with the homeowner. Last night, down on Fairview and Route 100, it's a valley there. It's a valley, and it's a Beaver Creek. Many creeks, or Beaver Run, many creeks in that area down there. It made me believe at one point, because it's like a valley in that point, that they were trying to funnel him down the valley. Because down there, they were around there flashing flashlights in all the buildings and going up and down those creeks. If you look on the map in the area up where they're searching, there is numerous creeks. One of particular that I find is interesting is the French Creek. The French Creek, which is pretty much in this zone area where I think they feel he is at. Pewtown, if you look on the map, Route 100, look around Pewtown and look exactly to the left of that, in between Pewtown and up to Red Dog Market. It all in that area there, he could be. But when you get down a little bit down to Nantmeal or Nantmeal Methodist Church and stuff like that, I think that is the western flank, the western side of the perimeter, where it doesn't really go farther than that. But they're not letting anyone in there at all. Like, you can't even get in there. So they changed. Now, what's going to happen with Cavalcante? What's going to happen with Cavalcante today? Because my sources have told me, and you guys know, when you guys were watching the live last night, I was getting the information what was going on pretty out quickly, because I was getting text while things were going on, and communicated with people are communicating with me. This is basically I think that Cavalcante is doomed. My personal opinion is, and sources have told me, I'm reading things as they come through, he ain't coming out alive, folks. He ain't coming out alive. He's just not coming out alive in this. I think they have the green light. Personally, I think that he's armed. He might even use the gun on himself. He ain't coming out alive. And there's not going to be, I'm telling you, the word hunt. They keep using the word hunt. They are hunting. Hunting for him. Hunting. There's no more put your hands up or anything like that. Yeah, you're supposed to do that, but this isn't happening here, folks. It is so remote out there, and they're not going to allow the press or the spectators to see what's going on. This is going to be in remote. They're going to find him, most likely, and that's it. Game over. It's game over. He had the opportunity, unless he somehow manages to get out on the road and lay face down on the street immediately and put his hands up or something like that in front of a sympathetic trooper or a law enforcement agency, he might be taken alive in that aspect. But if he's seen, the shots are coming. The shots are coming. That's how serious this is, folks. That's how serious this is. This has been, I've never, covering true crime, I've never seen so many law enforcement present in all of the directions. You guys have been watching the lives. Now, when I get to this location, the person's home that I'm going to does have Wi-Fi, which is good for us, because one of the challenges covering this case is it's one of the most remote parts of Chester County where there is almost zero phone service. And if it comes, like some of it last night, gets all messed up, I had to use someone else's hotspot. Thank God last night that at the church, the apartment complex next door to the church, the guy let me use his Wi-Fi. He let me use his Wi-Fi. He said, I love your channel. And he let me use his Wi-Fi. Another media journalist, hey, can I use your Wi-Fi? He told him no. So I thought that was pretty cool. That he grateful that, and he knows who he is. He's probably watching. I feel like, you know, I'm very grateful for that. So, you know, Pennsylvanians are out there. The guy ended up being right there. The guy ended up being right there, right by the van in that area. To me, I had the feeling that he was still there only because there was no updates on locations of his, no updates as far as him seen on surveillance or other types of crimes. They just wait. They just wait until another crime is reported, and another crime was reported last night in the general area, folks. So he has a long gun. What will he do with it? Or he has a 22. How deadly is a 22? Well, if you get shot in a non-vital, you know, people can survive a 22 shot, unless it's somewhere, you know. But he might only have, how many rounds does he have? I think if there's any shots, he'd probably most likely use it on himself to avoid capture. You know, even if they zone in. But this could be, you know, we don't know. But I'm going to be headed down to a particular area. Let me see some information more that people are talking about. This is further north. It's further north of Ludwig's Corner. Ludwig's Corner, I saw somebody ask about Ludwig's Corner. That's pretty much where the road is blocked. But it's way, way farther north. It's past the fire station up there on Route 100. You're talking about through those, it's so, the spot is as like Poconos as you can get in Chester County. It's that one spot in Route 100 that you go through, and it winds down and winds down. You're surrounded by trees, and there's creeks to the side, and there's big hills. That's the spot this is going on, folks. So it's like, basically, it's like the mountainous terrain, and they're looking for their target. They're hunting that one target. 600 people. 600 presence of people in their hunting. Do I consider Cavalcante Rambo? Or at this point, no. I mean, this guy's just struggling to stay alive, and he might not even be alive at this point. But there hasn't been any reports of gunshots. There hasn't been any. And I was listening last night. I didn't hear gunshots go off anywhere. There was a lot of rumors and speculation. I'm seeing today, I do not see, and I'm only about 5 miles to the north. I don't see any helicopters in the area or whatnot. So I'm going to be headed down to the area where I'll be, where I think it's one of the lines where the police are at, and it's an area where authorities are actively searching. So I'll be back soon. JLR Investigates. I'm going to go in here, get something to eat real quick, and then I'll be back. I'm going to get to my location. We'll see what we get. And I'm also going to drive around. If for some reason I can't get to the location, I'll get the person that lived there to bring me to that location as a guest, because you have the right to be a guest at anyone's home. And then if, you know, other times I might zoom around and show you what's going on in the area, the closest we can possibly legally get. I will not go behind. If once a perimeter, I will not. I'm telling you guys, I will not try to sneak through any road closed. Everything's by the book, folks. On this channel, everything's by the book. I'm not going to try to sneak past a perimeter. No way. Wherever the perimeter is, I'll go. If I'm invited on somebody's home, I stay at their property. Won't be venturing out, you know. So that's what's going on with me on this channel. We will talk soon. I'll be back. JLR Investigates. Subscribe to my channel. Like, hit the notification button. We've been on